Hello and welcome to another Blender tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to be learning how to install Blender and use the interface. So to start, you want to search in Google the word Blender. Click on the top link, which should be blender.org. Once you're there, you will see a blue button that says Download Blender 2.79. You click on that, and then there will be a green button that just says Download Blender. You press that as well, and then you'll be asked to save the file. You save it, it'll download, and then you unzip it, and inside the unzipped folder there will be two files, one a Blender and a Blender player. You want to drag that into your applications folder. Alright, once you've done that, you can get started with the interface. So you'll see a black box that has the version number, a splash screen, a recent files thing, some links that for you to visit if you would like to, and a option to recover the last session in case you accidentally lost it. So once you've done that, you can start Blender and make a new file by clicking outside of the box. All right. So this is Blender. So first things first, you select things by right-clicking on them. So if you right-click on anything like the lamp, the cube, or the camera, it'll select it, which allows you to do things. Up in the top right, you can see all the objects you have, and you can left-click on them up there to select them as well. So, what are the objects? First of all, this is a cube. Now, a cube is a mesh object, meaning it's made out of vertices, which are at the corners, edges, which connect the vertices, and then faces, which connect the edges. So that's all mesh objects in Blender are made up of those things. Some are a lot more complicated than others. All right, now first to move around like this, you hold middle click and drag. You can scroll in and out to zoom in and out, and hold shift and drag middle click to go side to side. So now you know how to navigate around. So now if you left click, you place the 3D cursor, the little red, white, and black thing. Now that is where objects that you add appear. So if you go down to the add menu in the bottom left and add an object, it'll appear at the location of the 3D cursor. This is useful if you want to add objects in different locations. So I added a sphere, I moved the 3D cursor, now I'm going to add a plane, and boom, it appears in a different location where the 3D cursor is. All right, now for each object, there's 3 move arrows. There's a Z move arrow, which is the blue one up and down, Y move arrow, which is the green one, and a red one that moves right below. You can go down to the bottom and change whether or not you want rotation, or scale, or movement, and then you can adjust objects with the same system as the movement with Z, X, and Y. So you can also use the shortcut G to move an object, and then click X, Y, or Z to move it along that axis. And then you can, if you want to move it along only 2 axes, you can hit Shift and then the one you don't want it to move along. If I only want to move it on the X and Y planes, I hit Shift Z after hitting G. You can use R to rotate objects, and use the same axis system as with movement. And then the same thing using S for scale. Y, X, and Z. So if you hit X, you can delete an object, which is useful, and then you can hit Control Z to undo things, and Control Shift Z to redo things that you've undone. So that's useful for if you mess up or cancel something that you actually wanted to do. All right, you can, instead of going down to the Add menu, another thing you can do is hit Shift A. That's a shortcut for adding things, and you have a menu right next to your cursor. So we've added a monkey head, and then we can do the same things with it that we can do with any other object. All right, so now we have the camera, which is this thing. So the camera is the thing, everything in the box is what you'll see when you render it out. So if we move the monkey head into that, then we'll see the monkey head. So that's the camera. You can adjust the camera and move it around for different scenes and views. If you go down to the bottom area, you can preview the render, what it'll look like. You can also hit Shift-Z to do that. Now, this thing is a lamp. If you move it around, that's where the light source is. So I moved it, and now the light is from a different location. So you can, now if you go up to the top left and hit the render button, you can render image, and that'll show your final image. You can go down to image and then save that. Thanks for watching.